Okay, so we established the cross-dressing thing.
Yeah.
We've established the pro wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Metal singing. How did that come to be?
So when I moved to Hong Kong, I started learning Cantonese because that's the language I speak there. And so one of the strategies I had for learning languages was I would get music in that language, which I'm sure you guys have probably gone through here with Japanese.
Yeah.
You get Japanese, not Connor from the look on his face, but you get music that you like in the language.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I started listening to Cantonese pop songs.
Right.
Most of the music is pop. There's very little anything else in Hong Kong.
right.
So I'm listening to these pop songs. And my favorite, I was a metalhead from way back. Actually, my favorite songs, full stop, were always like metal covers of pop songs.
Right.
So like, metal covers of like Last Friday Night and
Yeah, yeah,
Poker
yeah.
Face and things like that. Because they're hilarious, right? Because you're so used to hearing Lady Gaga with, carry my poker face.
Yeah.
And then you hear, carry my poker face. To me, it's so funny, right? I think it's fantastic. Because it takes what you're used to and it subverts it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a thing of beauty. So when I started listening to these Cantonese pop songs, I was like, these are really catchy songs. Who's done the metal covers? Turns out no one had.
Right.
And I was like, well,
Allow
someone
me
should
to
do that.
Free
Fast
real
forward
estate, isn't
3
it?
years later, it was after the financial crisis. Everything had been wiped out. I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I going to do? I was going through one of those exercises where you figure out your career and what you're going to do. And it's like, what are you passionate about? And I'm like, well, heavy metal and destroying things. So I'm like, okay, I want to be a metal singer. And I was like, okay, specifically, I want to sing metal covers of Cantonese pop songs because I think they'll sound awesome. No one else has done it. I'm going to goddamn do it.
Yeah. Wow.
So I did, and then what I said was, okay, so I've already got this fan base organized with the wrestling. I'm going to do this metal project as Ladybeard, and I'm going to bring that fan base over. And then I'm going to try and do this amazing, interesting thing of working the pro wrestling world and the heavy metal world together so that the storylines are interlocked and they flow back and forward between them.
There's something you were like 15 years too early to TikTok.
Yeah.
I feel like those heavy metal covers would blow up on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, hearing you talk about the financial crisis is like this devastating thing is so bizarre because I was just so young. I was probably shitting myself and watching Finding Nemo. So the thought of it having an impact is
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what's
it was
going on?
2008, right?
Yeah.
I was 14.
Yeah, I was probably like,
I was in university. So
I was
how
probably
old are you,
12
Connor?
or something. I'm 24.
Oh my god! Holy smookaroonie!
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think I was 11 then.
yeah, because I had heard, like, from my parents,
I know, parents were like,
being
man,
like,
yeah.
like, damn, the world got fucked over
this,
that.
this is a
year.
big thing that's going to happen. And I'm just trying to get through my degree right now.
I'm
Like,
still probably eating Cocoa Pops and picking my nose. And shit, so I don't really,
But we got to realize the same kind of thing has happened now with COVID-19, and all four of us are very lucky that we could still sit here employed.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Exactly.
people
Very
are
lucky.
now in that position that I was in then, and they're going,
exactly.
"Oh God, what am I going to do?"
Yeah.
So the next generation of Ladybeard is going to come out of COVID.
A couple of years from now, there'll be like a little 2.0 of Lady
Ladybeard with a pink mask.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
so yeah, that's how it came to be, I guess. Yeah.
So,
Fucking hell.
when
So-
did you move to Japan then?
So then, so I started doing my metal covers of Cantonese pop songs, and I started doing that in Hong Kong. Very good. Did a couple of tours to some nearby places, and I said one of the things that kind of gave me the confidence to do it in the first place, because it's sort of when you go full time as the crossdresser, you can't ever really go back, can you? It's kind of, it works or you're screwed.
Right.
So one of the things that kind of gave me the confidence to do it was, well, if I can't really get anything going on in Hong Kong, I know I can always move to Japan because I'm sure they'll love something like this.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a tour to Japan after I got myself organized in Hong Kong. Did Japanese songs. So I couldn't speak Japanese yet, just learnt the songs phonetically.
Oh, wow.
Put together a show.
Yeah.
Came over here with, the handful of contacts I had, like 3 Japanese people I knew.
Right.
So I put together a show, but it popped because I was doing like metal covers of like, what's that girl who sings First Love? Hikaru Shida? What's that? No, that's a wrestler.
Utada Hikaru?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Doing like metal covers of that and so forth. So the audience, much as they didn't know who I was,
Right.
the audience who was at any of these shows would see this show. They all knew the songs because they're famous songs.
Yeah.
And there'd be the metal cover, of course. They're like,
Yeah,
this is hilarious.
Yeah.
So that tour went incredibly well.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, clearly I found the chosen land. So then, clearly, the promised land, as written in the ancient texts, the ancient promised
The promised land of milk and honey.
Right. So I went back to Hong Kong and I'm like, all right, clearly the mission now needs to be moved to Japan and do the career in Japan. And I did, and here we are.
Wow.
Man, do you know what it feels like? You know when you put your headphones in your pocket and it gets all tangled and you have to untangle it? That's literally what we did with your story right now. It all finally fits together. It all makes sense now.
It's all finally one straight line that I can understand. Yeah.
So I came over at the end of 2013,
Right.
and then at the start of 2014, my images went viral on the Twitter, Twitter. And then in 2015, I was put in this pop group with these two young singers. And we did a song called Nippon Manju, and that blew up on the YouTubes. And now we're riding high.
So, okay, then, like, because I would say, like, for people who don't know Ladybeard, for instance, I'd say, like, I would say, though, like, if there's one thing about you that you've done in your career that's probably, I would say is probably the most well-known, will probably be Ladybaby.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? So how did that come to be?
So I was, it was me and my former manager. We're in Japan. We're only doing our stuff in Japan and so forth. And so I was on the cover of Metropolis magazine. Do you know that magazine?
I've definitely heard of that.
Yeah, it's a free magazine. How can you guys be foreigners in Japan, not know Metropolis? It's like,
Just leave my house. You know what year it's been?
okay, fair enough. There's a free English magazine, like a street magazine in Tokyo. I think in all Japan called Metropolis.
Is there?
didn't know
I've
this?
never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I'm definitely afraid of eye contact with strangers holding things. I'm like, no.
I thought you Welshmen loved a good fight.
Give me the Metropolis magazine! I need my reads!
If I loved a good fight, I think I'd be deported very quickly.
So there's this magazine.
There's
Yeah,
a
that's
wow,
magazine.
it's a very popular magazine amongst every foreigner in Japan
did not
except
know this.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Mainly, did you know about this?
Yeah, right?
Ashley, did you know about this?
Ages.
Yes, right? There are 5 foreigners here who didn't know about it.
My friends who work at Metropolis magazine, I sincerely apologize for this negative press
I think
that you are currently receiving on the Trash
I'm just
Taste
saying,
podcast.
clearly the marketing strategy needs to be rethought. I'm just,
Dude, that magazine is everywhere.
Oh, it's clearly
Wait,
not everywhere.
Well, where do you get it? Like convenience
Just
store?
if
Or?
No, not the convenience store. But if you go to Tower Records or whatnot, they got that stack of free magazines.
I don't think I've been into a Tower Records in about a year.
You look at the free stack of magazines? I just see potential toilet
When
roll.
you get to the airport and you're walking from your plane to
Right.
immigration, there's all those magazines and stuff.
I'm
on
just
rack.
checking.
I
My
have,
phone.
yeah, you're just checking your phone, right? I guess.
Young people, bloody generation gap.
Millennials.
Bloody.
Okay, so you're on the
Anyway,
you're on the cover of
I'm
Millennium.
on the cover of Metropolis magazine. The CEO of a Halloween costume company is getting off a plane. He's walking through the airport and he sees Metropolis magazine with me on it. It's me in my pink and white bikini flexing.
Right.
And he said, "What the hell is that?"
He stops in the airport in front of everybody.
He's actually Chinese, so I probably said, That's probably what he actually said.
I just love to imagine like just this like super proper CEO, just like minding his own business, Bluetooth headphone in his ear, and he's just like, "The fuck is that?"
So he takes magazine and he takes it back to his office and he's like, "Look at this!" And his staff are like, "Yeah, that's this Ladybeard guy, this foreigner dude." And he said, "Bring him in. I want to work with him. Bring him in."
Wow.
So we get a contact from this company and we go in and he's like, "I want to work with you." I'm like, "All right." I thought he's a Halloween costume company, right? So I thought he's going to make like a line of my bikinis to sell on Halloween.
Yeah.
He's like, "I want to work with you, but I don't know how." So we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Like, okay.
So he put you in his office and say that?
Yeah, we go back to what we were doing, and a month later, he calls us in again, and he's like, "I'm going to put you in a pop group with a pair of idols."
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wait, how did that happen?
That's another jump.
Yeah.
How did he come up with that
Well,
idea?
I wasn't there for that.
Okay,
You know, because
okay.
he did that in the privacy
Your
of his
roulette,
own space.
your life just sounds like a roulette wheel. At this point. What is going on? Why is the structure?
Well, that's what you get for waking up in Vegas.
Yeah, it's just like here's a bunch of money. It's like, oh, I don't even remember betting on black. It's like, anyway, so this guy somehow manages to get you in this idol group.
Yeah, so he spoke to some people he knew, and I'm going to put you in a group. And then we did that first song, and it blew up.
And that was Ladybaby. Wow. So he somehow knew baby metal? Wait, was Baby Metal
Well,
even
Metal-
were they
Baby
even
Metal-
established
yeah,
back
yeah,
then?
they were very popular at the time. It was
Right.
recently after Gimme Choco. had gone viral,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So they were very hot and they were getting spoken about a lot in Japan. But it's like I remember the meeting. He goes, yeah, because he's a heavy metal singer and they're idols. Yeah. So your Baby Metal are very popular at the moment, aren't they? Yeah. So this will be just like Baby Metal, but with Ladybeard. Baby Metal. Ladybaby. That was the meeting. I'm like, right?
Like, cool. I guess.
This was
That's
the
how that happened.
This was the CEO of a Halloween costume, and they just
company.
decided to get
This
into.
is how you become a CEO, Garm, with fast thinking like that. That's the kind of fast thinking we need as far as CEO.
That's a decision making skills right there.
He's a smart man. He's from China. He came over to Japan with no money, like 30 years ago or something,
Right.
and he made his living. Like he'd go outside Tokyo Dome. This is during the bubble. Outside Tokyo Dome, he would like sell like light sticks or something when there were sporting events.
Yeah.
And he somehow made his business happen.
That is
like
literally how like every entrepreneur in the 70s started. Like that isn't that like every entrepreneur story
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
70s?
Yeah.
It's like I had no money when coming to this
Started
country.
on the streets,
I
now we're
sold
here.
I sold paper clips and now I own a multi-million-dollar corporation.
He did a good job.
Now
He
it's
did a
just,
good job.
Man, my dad was rich. He did.
Gave me a small loan of $1 million.